the problem with the full moon in Aries and low lives that are operating underwater. What I mean is, the moon affects water immensely. I've studied it for a long time because I live along a waterway and I have audiographic hearing, so just wanted to talk about them. It doesn't matter, like, how much astrology you know. And, the thing that I really wanted to reflect on, that a lot of astrologers won't, unless their third eye is open. Even still, it helps that there's other people that can help us put together the real astrology. Man, you know where I find there's a big blank spot in mystery is at the Libra axis, which is like the first. It's the seventh house, and it's the first realization of the other. Really, when you look at the way that you do astrology, is you have 12 houses, and in those houses sits the sign, because those two are the same. The first house is the same as Aries. The vibrational frequency is the same as far as just in general, if you want to learn astrology. And also the houses, your rising sign, the first house, is always the sign that's rising. So now you can just stand there and say there is a 360-degree thing we're dealing with, and there's the rising over there in the east, and you look at that, the very time somebody was born, that's their rising sign. That's their physical holographic field of information. It's what you get right away when you see somebody, especially at a party when they're being their persona. Their physical holographic expression is the very time of day we were born, not the day of the year. It's very different. The day will have all 12 signs go through it in 24 hours. It takes roughly a 2.5 hours for the rising sign to change an entire sign. It goes through 30 degrees every 2.5 or so or less hours. It's kind of rough sticking it in there. So to try and communicate what Libra really represents, I say, because I have tons of Libra, but because it rules music, and you can feel. I am really an intuitive astrologer, and I know what evolution of human consciousness is, because you can too if you just get inside your body and give yourself some time. Read. Hopefully you will get some good material going. This is the purpose of this thing, really, is to talk about algorithmically. Now, you notice the word rhythmic. That's very Librian. If we don't get this, which is what the Plutonian age is going to start doing, the wrecking ball thing, and the Libra is going to come out of their stupor if they possibly can. See, this is the thing, is it's like we're battling with AI. No, not if we start communicating. The advancement we are to make as human beings, as far as human consciousness, which the Aquarius age starts to speak at that, right? But what lights up with Aquarius is Libra and Gemini, which Libra is very much like I said, the realization, the selfless part of the organism. Used to say I love. Before the 40s, all the material written in English italics, which is the English alphabet, It used to say, Libra, the key words is I love, but after the 40s, particularly I think after the World War, it says I balance. Well, love, what is love? Well, that's God, I mean, God. Well, excuse me. Well, Libra is the only sign that is ruled, the symbolism is as scales, and that's a selfless act that they're doing. It's just measuring anything and everything, really. That's what the music is about, and let's get back to AI and what that really is. See, if it's done, if that algorithmic play of self-organization is done artificially, see, that's what Libra is it points at that self-organizing capability that is perfectly human. When it starts to evolve and hits that love vibration, and now there's the other, that's the first realization, the seventh house, that looks across at the other, which is Aries. And that is the full moon that we're going to be having right now, which, by the way, it speaks whole heavenly hell vibration to the future when Neptune goes into Aries, because we just had a Neptunian thing go on with the full moon, and Mercury is still there, and Neptune is clicking off again, and Neptune is going to go forward in October. And that's going to be the strangest vibration. No, wait, is it Neptune or both Neptune and Pluto? I know Pluto does for sure, but talking about Neptune, this full moon vibration is very much like the twilight shimmer of. Now, the beginning of this video, I was trying to tell people, like, well, if we can escape the low life frequency of people that are really unconscious, and they are haphazardly, they're going to be very irritable, because that's let alone the full moon, but it's Mars ruled, and we're going to begin to have these eclipses. See, that starts in October, which is no joke. It's beginning to test both men and women, the inner. See, the leaders are going to start coming up, and that's the Aries in us. Wherever you have Aries, it needs to be pulled up, and the Aries moon says, particularly to Libra, stop procrastinating, don't wait, stop being half-assed. Don't be a half-ass anymore. Don't be a half-ass. Don't go half-ass in. You're not going to get much out of that. You're a flat line. Sorry, doing that. I mean, see, that's kind of the thing that women need to learn, and this is the thing that I know that I do, that presses through. And I'm not saying I'm any better or any worse than anybody else. I mean, really, I'm not any better. We are who we are. That's what Aries is I am what I am, and I hope you're happy with yourself. That's all. Without biceps. Are you happy without your biceps? Are you happy without having tried a little harder? That's what Aries represents in our charts. See, and wherever you find it, whatever house it is in, you'll see where you're going to be lit up during this, time of humanity. Really, is going to be lit up, because Aries is that very infant part of us. You could almost say, well, that's the narcissist that's flailing and doesn't know how to handle its reactivity. And it's like, no, it's actually our rights to get our frickin' feet on the ground and say, can we evolve? If there was such a thing as evolution, of becoming human and then getting into soul, can we try it? Thanks for listening to all this. As my hair dries off, I have Neptune it's gone back to like 25 degrees, and it's nearing my Venus, and I feel this pathetic energy. You do not want to experience what? Thank God it's the opposition. Whew! So glad it's just the opposition. If it was a square, I would be a lot worse off. I would not be able to communicate what I am to you guys here. I'm actually an artist, and that Neptune, this spell, pardon me, the human organism is also experiencing this last throes of what is Neptune in Pisces, which is the same to say, well, this Neptune, this planet, is finishing up a whole cycle of the zodiac. Is that in Pisces? It's actually met up with its own element, which is Pisces, and it's so like righteous. It's there. Like, what is it? We are really doing a cram scientifically that of course interlaced with it is real. Well, it's the real science, and then religion, but then separating all that out too, with Pluto helping. Astrologically, it's fascinating what we're going through, and I'll try to explain as my crown chakra goes through a lot every day. I don't know if you guys are awake like that, but I have third eye awakening, and my crown chakra. I mean, babes, I don't stay up here in the mountains hermited for so long, and so long even more hermited, and play music all my life, and then go through fasting and all of this strange ritual that I do, herbal medicinal healer, and all of these things, for nothing, and not really have the Kundalini rise, and still not doing yoga like I should, because that's one of the things we need to do. That's one of the things that's going to come up for all of humanity is, like I said, ARiEs. Will you just do it? Do it. Stop being half-assed. Do what you're being called to do. Live. Imagine if you did it. I'm just getting a glimmer of, well, how do we navigate? Is there evolution? Yeah, we have to get on track first. Let's get on track. It's like, what is happening? Um, uh, what am I a part of? That's the question of the ARiEs of I am. I am, and what the hell is this? Can we get up at least on the shelf and turn on the light and say, okay, look at this truth and look at that truth, and wow, okay, kids, have a good night.